All right, and welcome to the Facebook ads case study. This is where we actually break down and show the exact results of that page like ad that we've done and the report that we've created. And based on that report and the demographics that that report has given us, we decided to put an ad together and actually run the ad and see what the results we will get with the dog leash. So let's actually go inside this Facebook ad and then see what the results were. So the first thing that I wanted to show you is, as you can see, this ad was running from 24th to April 29th. The amount of money that we spent was $53.45. I believe we ran it at about $15 a day or so. The results that we've gotten were the click-through rate, for example, 8.848%, which is really good. The relevance score was 10 for 10, which means that the ad that we were showing to the people that the ad was really in front of was a perfect match. We were really good, dialed in on our targeting. Now, the amount spent today, which was probably the last day, was 1085, but that's essentially irrelevant because the total amount, like I said, was 53.45. Now, we've reached about 16,937 people. Out of those, 1,701 clicked on the ad, and as you can see, the click-through ratio, which I just mentioned, is 8.848%. And we received about 1,117 post engagements. Okay, so the average cost per engagement, as you can see, is 5 cents. And that's essentially what this ad gave us. Now, let's actually go inside this ad and see what the details were. As you could see, if you look at the top part there, you'll see that we actually went with the age that the page-like report has given us, which is 35 to 54. The gender is only female. We went with mobile newsfeed ads and desktop newsfeed ads. As I mentioned before, we rarely run the right column. Again, that's not because the right column doesn't work. It just simply hasn't provided us with results. And based on our testing, that's basically what we decided to do. Now, in your case, you may want to run the right column ads separately to see if you're getting better results. But because we know that we haven't gotten results in the past, we left it out in this case as well. Now, the interests were Pitbull's org. I love my Pitbull, peace and love, Pitbull's lovers, or Pitbull is my family. We decided to only go with this. Now, if we added all other interests, I am pretty sure we would have probably gotten similar results. But again, this was a test, and we decided to test it with these keywords and see what the results was, and we can optimize it from here. We can add keywords, we can take away keywords, we can create different ads with different keywords and interests, I should be saying, really. But the idea here is that obviously some of these interests that you see here we covered in the discussions earlier. We went with the exact age and the gender of the people from the report that we've gathered together. You can see that the daily budget was $15 a day, as I mentioned to you. And at the end of the day, the ad below says something. Does your pit bull pull you when you walk? All that stops now. Step 1, share this with your friends who own pit bulls. Step 2, get yours here, and there's a link to that page that we've created together. And of course, you can see partially the image of the product. Now, you can also see the performance in terms of the breakdown of all the actions that were taken for this ad. In terms of the photo views, the likes, the shares, and other actions. But that's essentially what we've done. And that's exactly what the report has told us to do, right? Remember, we left every other age and the other gender out of this ad. So what I've done is, let's actually hop on the internet. And what I've done is I've taken all these orders that we've received from this ad, and I've placed them in Excel. It's just easier to work with them in Excel. I also wanted to hide the last names and the emails of these customers for obvious reasons, for privacy purposes. So I've done exactly that. We could still see the order number, we could still see the first name and the amount they paid, but everything else is hidden for obvious reasons. And let's actually see what happened here. So when you see the $12.98, that's really the $9.99 price plus the $2.99 shipping. When you see something like $25.96, that's somebody who purchased 2 of these leashes, just like here. And then one time we have somebody purchasing 3 leashes. So if we actually do the numbers here, let's actually run the count. Let's see, what do we have? We have count equals 38, so that's 38 entries. But obviously It's not 38 items sold because we have multiple items sold. So that 38, 39, 40, let's see, 41, 42, 43. So 43 items sold. So let's put that here. 43 items sold. Now remember, we were making, let's see, $4.99 was our, let's do some math over here. So out of $12.98, our cost was $4.99. Remember that person on eBay where we found this item and we're going to purchase this item and send all those items to these people. The cost is going to be $4.99 because the shipping was free. So we're making $7.99 or $8. Let's round it up by one more penny and make it $8 for simple math. So $8 times 43. This times this, bear with me, is $344 that we've grossed, right? This is how much our gross profit is, so to speak. Now, obviously, we also spent money on Facebook. And that amount, if we go back, is $53.45. So $53.45, oops, equals this minus this is $290.55 that we've net profited. Now, let's see, how many days was that? So I believe 24 to 29. It wasn't really full days. I would even say it started on the 23rd, really, and ended on the 29th. So let's go 23 to 29 because I believe it started earlier based on this graph. So let's actually, give me a moment. Let me see where it says schedule. Actually, no, it says schedule 24. So it started probably in the middle of the 23rd. That's why we see the graph. So as you can see, the schedule right here, it says 24th ongoing. So that's the date that it was launched. So 24 to 29 is 5 days. That's this time divided by 5 days. That's about $58 a day, right? So whether we want to round it up to 60 or not, that's not the point. But let's say we ran this thing for a month, and this would have been times this. So $1,743 with one simple product, one breed, and really not much hassle because all we got to do is put up the ad as we have discussed, and broken down. If we had no idea who to target, we could just simply go and basically find out through the page likes reports after running that ad for about 3 days, and then selling to the exact demographics, to one breed, for example, the pit bulls, and then you can go to Labradors and bulldogs and so on. But bottom line is, even if this was 6 days, right? Let's say it wasn't 5 days, but was 6 days, you would have made $1,452. So worst case scenario, we're making approximately $1,500 a month from one breed. Remember we said there was like 10 breeds out there when we were doing the research. So if you multiply this, you're making by 10 breeds, you're making $15,000 a month from one simple product that you're buying on eBay and selling to shipping to your customers without having to actually carry that item. That is why I wanted to show you this case study to simply illustrate that what we spoke and discussed in theory can be applied in practice immediately and generate results. Look, I'm looking at this product the same way as you did. I had absolutely no idea about this thing. I found it, right in front of you from scratch, and we generated real results, real money that is sitting in our PayPal account for this specific product that we've sold 43 pieces of to this day. So if we continue doing this, if we keep adding the breeds like the German Shepherds and so on, I am pretty sure this number can inflate very, very quickly. And what do you do then? Well, easy. You have a list of customers that you can sell other related products, like in the dog niche. I'm sure there's a ton of products that they'd be interested in. So all of a sudden, this number becomes more and more inflated and larger, is a better word, because now you're offering upsells, you're offering cross-sells, and you're collecting a list of customers, not prospects, but customers that you're able to sell other things on. Guess what? This number is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's not a rocket science, if you will, to go from absolute nothing to something like $2, $5, $10, $20,000 a month. And it's certainly very doable for everybody if you follow the steps that we've outlined so far. So this case study is simply a proof of the fact that this stuff really, really works. All you got to do is apply the methods, apply the steps, and you will be generating income practically from scratch. And again, look, we're not risking a penny of our own. Remember, we found, here's the kind of the secret, if you will, right? We found a product that already works. We weren't looking for something new and exciting and something that nobody ever did. No, we're not going that way because we're not looking to risk our investment, if you will, or money. We're looking for something that already works. We found that on eBay. We then started selling that item and only then buying that item. So we were never risking, trying to sell this to people that we know are, or we don't know if they're going to buy or not. We saw the proof that it was sellable on eBay. We then spent only $30, and we didn't really risk the $30 because the $30 went towards the investment of just finding out who specifically we should be selling to. It wasn't like money thrown in the air, because once we found a specific demographic, look at the results that it demonstrated. We got the $30 back, obviously, and then we were selling it first and buying it later. So it's not like we're risking buying a lot of inventory and sitting on it and, oh my God, what are we going to do with this thing? So this is why this stuff works. And this is the eBay arbitrage, or I should say e-commerce arbitrage, that can be applied for pretty much any product, as long as it's a product that people are interested in, and as long as you have proof of concept, so to speak, that it's something that people were buying and are buying, for example, on eBay, on Amazon. And all you got to do is just simply get in there, show this product to the proper people, to the proper target of the population, so to speak, and you will have amazing results. Okay, so no risk. And then if you want to keep growing, if you want to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, then obviously just follow along this course, and we'll get to the modules where we talk about Shopify and how to build a store and how to carry inventory and make this business into take it to a stratosphere where it generates millions a year. So this is step one, so to speak. If you're comfortable here, fantastic. You got yourself a revenue stream. Now, enjoy it. If you want to keep going, we're obviously showing you every step of the way how you can do that as well. So hopefully this case study proves the fact that anybody can do this. Anybody can do this from scratch, just like we did. And go ahead and put the theory to practice. Start looking for the items out there. Start using watch count. Start basically speaking to the eBay sellers and at least having a conversation. Start putting up page-like ads to generate the reports for the demographics so that you can find exactly who to target, and you will generate results very, very quickly. All right, so hopefully you've enjoyed this case study, and I'll see you in the next video.